Whoo-wee! What an ugly red day. I did not need today. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader. It is, what is today? Wednesday, the 25th of June. And yeah, unfortunately, I had a pretty nasty red day today. Just not a good day. I couldn't get the right trade going, had the right ideas multiple times, and just, yeah, got trashed on NQ. Really just about 100 and, I don't know, 50, 60, 170 point range, 150 point range today. And just a nasty, nasty chop session, no continuation. I have no business trading that. And yeah, that was really the issue. Yeah. Three trades right here were the big problem. Took a short here, looking for this to continue down off the high of the day from yesterday, fail. Took another short here after it started to break down again, fail. I could have probably hung on to that trade and, you know, got a little bit of a win out of there, but really nothing much. Shorted it again here, chased that complete stupid trade out again. So those three trades were about $500 of the loss. Those three were the problem. This one, I just didn't like the price action, got out of there. I could have got a little bit of a win. I think I would have hit target one on that trade, but ultimately it was just it was a fail. It was a good loss. It was good for me to get out of that trade. And then on the Russell, I had a trade here where I got into, didn't like it, got out of there, re-entered this one. I plotted this line after this entry. After we started to pull back up, I'm like, I wonder what's going on here, and I found a reason for this level to be here, right here. There's some holds coming in, which seemed to be the reason for this, and then I was just so biased long after this low of day held that I just took that long, and that was the high point, and we just dwindled for the rest of the day. I held that trade for like 3 hours, added into it. Ended up not being a big losing trade. It was only like a 145 loss after all the add-ins and stuff, but still just a sideways day. And yeah, I paid the price, unfortunately. During this trade was when I jumped into this one right here. I was down pretty far, and I was not tilted at all. I really just, you know, I wasn't like trading out of anger or FOMO or anything like that. My thought was, I knew that if I would close the position on the Russell, if I close this position for a loss and I closed below 400, I'd be done for the day. I have my GAT settings set that if I close a trade and have a loss, it's either 400 or 500. I actually need to check that. But if I close it, I will be done for the day. And I thought, man, I just, if I can recoup this, you know, basically what I was trying to do was to hedge my trade. And since I was long the Russell and we were, you know, starting to pull back, I decided when this thing, I almost took this short, and I thought, yeah, I'll wait just in case, you know, this is just another fake and it actually pushes. But then it started to fall and we had a rapid little move, and I jumped in. I completely chased it, and then it just completely reversed again. So took a big $200 loss there while I was in the other loss. But again, these three accounted for $500, and that was really the undoing of the day. The other trades, I can handle that. I can handle this one. That's actually a good loss. This one right here, I'm glad I got out of that. I could have held, but I really wouldn't have gone anywhere. And this one was just, I was just wrong. That was really a break and retest short is what it really was. And I was just too biased. I was thinking that I was wanting the market to go higher instead of looking to see what it's doing. And that's on me. So it just bad mistakes, and it is what it is. But yeah, trying to hedge that with my NASDAQ position there, and then just getting chopped up. It was a tough day, bad day. Not a good day, not a good day to be trading for me. I expect this type of a session and the way the price action was today to not be very friendly to a lot of people. But yeah, unfortunately did a pretty big number on the accounts. I don't like that at all. These oldest two were down to about one shot in the barrel. So we got about one or two trades left, and if we can't get a good win, then those are probably going bye-bye, see ya. got a little bit of drawdown left on this one, but I don't know. Things aren't looking that good. I'm not going to give up by any stretch of the imagination, but I am frustrated because I had 2 nice green days. Not big green days, but I was up 300 per account on the week. Now I'm down 300 per account on the week, almost 400 actually on these. So I did have one winning trade. The last trade of the day was on just this account alone. I took this long after we just couldn't break this level on the ES. I took that long and I got out of there for about 90 bucks. Again, couldn't get past VWAP, and then I killed it on the pullback. So I had one, tiny little win today, but it was just one of those days. It really seemed like if you look at the NASDAQ right here, this area right here where my cursor is sitting, this was pretty much the ES 6139. That seemed to be the ES 6139 and the overnight low. That really was sitting here, and then you have the overnight high on the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ kept pushing down away from that overnight high, and the ES kept trying to push and stay above this 6139 and the overnight low. And that just created a very nasty range between the NASDAQ and the ES. And as far as the Russell goes, we just bounced back and forth and we're stuck in there. The Dow Jones didn't do anything there. Definitely more bearish, but it did go fairly sideways there in the afternoon session. So the other thing that didn't help is I didn't have time this morning to do a trade plan, and so I didn't get to look at the market today until about 10 o'clock, shortly after 10 o'clock. Just made sure the levels were right, made sure that, everything was set. And I noticed this, and this hold coming in is what convinced me to take this long, which was an okay setup. I was glad I got out of there the way I did. But yeah, it was just, it's just one of those days. You just got to write it off as one of those days. Unfortunately, it just didn't do. It did a number to my funded accounts, which it is what it is. I am copying the evals, obviously, and I did take 1 or 2 extra trades on the evals and ended up with a pretty bad red day on those. So Apex account's down 500 bucks from 50,000. The take profit account is down, and so is the Tradeify account. So, evals are evals. I'm not too worried about those, but if I end up blowing all of these and I end up blowing these evals, if that's the case, I am probably just simply going to take some time off. I shouldn't really go there because I hope I can have a couple good trading days and get these things back up and get them green. So, a $200 day tomorrow and Friday, and we'd be back to zero from where we started the week. So, unfortunately, those setbacks, they do suck. TradeZella, let's take a look at that. Oh, I just realized I forgot to change that Apex banner. That sale is over. TradeZella, here we go. Today down $2,000 on 3 accounts. That's yucky. That's really yucky. 5% win rate. Also known as poor. Very poor trading day. So yeah, we definitely put ourselves back in the tank. Not the way we wanted, but 3 green days and then a big red day. Once again, I'm having too much. I'm having bigger red days. I don't like that. It's really odd though. It's weird that I down 600 to 700 per account, and yet I wasn't tilted today. My emotions were in check. It was just wrong. I was just wrong a lot. And I kept firing the gun, and I should have, put it in the gun safe and said, enough's enough. But anyway, all right, there's no use rehashing. It is what it is. You guys see it, and that's the update for today. So we'll try to be back at it tomorrow, and hopefully we can have a better day tomorrow. So thanks for following along. Appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care, and so long.